I used to live a quiet life in a small town in Alaska. Snow would fall softly outside my window, and the mountains would shine in the sunlight. After my husband passed away, I moved in with my son and his wife, hoping we would live together in peace, like a family should. When I moved in, my son promised me I would always have a home with him. He told me, "Mama, you will never be alone." I believed him. But as the months went by, I noticed a change. His wife started to treat me differently. At first, it was small things. She gave me cold looks when I walked into the room. She whispered to my son, thinking I couldn't hear. Sometimes, she closed the door while they ate dinner, leaving me to eat alone in the kitchen. I began to feel like I was in the way. Then one day, everything changed. I argued with my daughter-in-law over something small. I used the wrong coffee mug. She yelled at me as if I had done something terrible. I tried to explain, but she wouldn't listen. My son walked into the room while she was shouting. I thought he would stand up for me. I thought he would tell her to stop. But instead, he looked straight into my eyes and said, "This isn't your home anymore." His words hurt more than the cold Alaskan wind. I couldn't believe my son was telling me to leave. Before I could respond, it happened. His hand hit my face. The slap was quick, but the pain lingered. My cheeks burned, but my heart hurt even more. I had raised him, loved him, and sacrificed so much for him. And now, he had struck me. He opened the door and told me to get out. The freezing wind rushed in, biting my skin. I was pushed outside with only my old coat. My feet sank into the snow. My hands trembled. The air was so cold it made my tears freeze before they could hit the ground. I walked down the street, unsure of where I was going. The snow crunched under my feet, and my breath made small clouds in the air. I felt empty. My home was gone. My son was gone. The world around me felt so big, and I felt so small. As I wandered, a light caught my eye. It was a small store. The owner, a kind man with gentle eyes, saw me outside. He opened the door and called me in. "You look frozen," he said. He gave me a hot cup of tea and a blanket. For the first time that night, I felt a bit of warmth. While I sat there, he asked me what had happened. I told him everything. He shook his head sadly and said he had heard things about my daughter-in-law. She had been spreading lies about me for months, making me look bad, so my son would send me away. I finally understood why he had changed. I sat in the store for hours, holding the warm cup in my hands. The kind man told me I could stay in the small room above the shop until I figured out what to do. At first, I felt ashamed. I had nothing. No money, no clothes except what I wore, and no family who wanted me. But every morning he would smile at me and say, "You're safe here." Slowly, I began to believe it. The next week, I offered to help in the store. I cleaned the shelves, swept the floor, and greeted customers. It felt strange to have a purpose again, but it lightened my heart. People in the town started talking to me, asking if I was the lady who baked bread so well. They remembered me not as the woman my daughter-in-law described, but as the person I truly was. As the months passed, I saved a bit of money. I bought warm boots, a few dresses, and even a small radio to keep me company at night. I no longer cried myself to sleep. Instead, I began to dream again. I stopped waiting for my son to come looking for me. I stopped hoping for an apology that would never come. One evening, I stood outside the store and watched the snow falling under the streetlights. It was beautiful, like the snow I used to see from my window years ago. But now, I was no longer the woman who depended on someone else for a home. I had built my place in the world, and I had found people who cared for me without wanting anything in return. I realized then that a home is not just four walls and a roof. A home is where you are loved, respected, and wanted. My son had taken away the house, but he could never take away my heart. And in my heart, I was finally home.